Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I am going to introduce Robert Frost and his poetry. First, I'll discuss the life of Robert Frost. Robert Frost was born in San Francisco in 26 March 1874. His family was from New England. Frost's mother was a poetess herself and wanted to name her son after Robert Burns. He was a great Scottish poet. Frost's mother was also a Scot. Frost's father wanted to name him after General Lee. Hence, Frost's full name is Robert Lee Frost. As a child, Frost was sickly and neurotic. His father died of tuberculosis when Frost was only 11, and the mother was apprehensive of a similar fate for him. Frost, with his family, went to New England to have his father's remains buried there. They had to settle down in Salem and New Hampshire because they had no money to return. Since 1892 onwards, Frost tried to supplement his mother's meager income with whatever he could earn. For his For this, he did any kind of job from working in mills to newspaper reporting. However, he wrote poetry whenever he found time. The year 1894 saw the publication of his first poem at the age of 20 under the title My Butterfly. After this, he published six of his poems in a booklet entitled Twilight. In 1912, Frost made a crucial decision of his life. He chose poetry for his vocation. He left for England with his wife. Now look at his volumes of his poetry. A Boy's Will in 1913 was his first published volume of poems. The title of the collection is derived from one of Longfellow's poems. A boy's will is the wind's will, and the thoughts of youth are along owing thoughts. In this volume, the themes of the poems are nostalgia, stoicism, a feeling of unity, and country things. And in next year, after 1 year, North of Boston in 1914 was his second published volume. In this volume, he reveals himself a master of the dramatic monologue and displays his interest in and knowledge of abnormal psychology. Mountain Interval in 1916 was his third volume. The third volume of poems contains a much wider range of poems than any of the pieces of the earlier poems. It contains reflective lyrics, love poems, narrative pieces, and aphoristic descriptive poems. New Hampshire in 1923. After 7 years, this volume was completed and published. This volume contains some of Frost's best poems. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening and the need of being versed, counting things and country things. are the very important poems of this volume. And in this era, West Running Brook in 1928. The title of the volume is especially significant. The poet is like the West Running Brook in that he entrusts himself to contraries of further range. In 1936, by the time A Further Range was published, Frost had already stepped into his 62nd year. The volume contains poems that are categorized within two significant captions, taken doubly and taken singly. A Witness Tree in 1942. A Witness Tree is very important. It contains best lyric of Frost, among these which the silken tent stands out. And in the clearing in 1962 as a collection of verse, it has enjoyed the largest sale in America. The poems of In the Clearing have a unity of purpose and tone, just as the 11th volume that preceded his final book of poems were ununified. And he died in January 1963. No doubt about he was a remarkable poet of the time. Now, I request all of you to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that my new videos would be shared to you whenever I upload it. Thank you very much.